Hi, this is the LAPD Architects video blog.
There are lots of other types of construction methods and I know a lot of people come to talk to me and say, well, what should I use? Which one is most appropriate? What would our answer be to that?
You've got to balance cost against quality and against time. So that's the triangle that you're always trying to balance. Now, we can make assessments of particular construction methods. For instance, SIP is very fast, but it might cost too much.
Okay.
Cavity wall construction is cheap and it takes a long time to go up, and the quality is okay. So it's always a balance against those three parameters. And again, we test that against your project's circle of life and make sure that it will fit into that initial project brief, and thereby balancing the quality that you wanted against when you wanted it built, against how much you can afford.
So we've selected our construction type or our construction method. What are the different ways that I can get my building built?
Depends on how much time you've got and also your budget as well. I'd say the most expensive way that you could procure a building is to hand the lot to a main contractor. The cheapest way to do it is if you did all of the labour and supplied your own materials. And so you want to be somewhere in the middle. Dependent on the types of construction that you are going to use, maybe you could look at a shell finish. And that, I mean, your SIP company, for instance, or your ICF company, for instance, or your timber frame company, could build the shell for you, and you deal with that as one package or one building contract, and then you appoint somebody else to finish it off for you, and possibly even employ your own electrician or plumber, which is a fairly easy thing to do.
What are the pros and cons of that? I mean, it's very easy to say, I'll get a builder to build a shell, but what does that mean to me for the next 6 months? What's my lifestyle going to be like in managing those trades?
That's exactly it. You need to invest some time into doing it. The benefit, obviously, of handing it all over to a main contractor is that it's their responsibility. If you break it down, your involvement in it, time-wise, goes up, but the cost should, in theory, come down. So again, it's a balance between how much time you can devote to it and what your budget is.
And with each of these appointments that I make to a builder or a carpenter or a kitchen fitter, how can I guarantee that what I'm paying for I'm going to get?
You need a good architect. So for instance, with LAPD Architects, we produce a robust construction package for the entire building. Now that is used for each contractor or carpenter or whoever to put their price forward, and if it's on the drawings, it's in their price, and they have to deliver it to the specifications that we have shown on those drawings. The looser you keep the information, the more at risk that you are, and that's where you could open yourself up to variations and claims for additional work.
And how do you protect yourself as a client against those claims and to make sure that things go right? What mechanism or contract should I have?
There's various contracts that you can use. If you appointed it to a main contractor, we often use JCT contracts, and that refers to all of the drawings, all of the specifications, and a fixed price, and also a timeline for that project as well. And therefore everything should be done for that price as is shown on those drawings.
Okay.
If you're splitting the package out, again, you still need to refer to drawings and specification and provide as much information and tie that price to the information that has been given. And then that way you're securing it to something that is defined rather than something that you thought was going to happen.
And would we just leave the client to sort that out, or would we guide them through that process?
Well, LAPD Architects can tailor its services to suit your budget. Often clients take us on for a contract administration role, whereby we're checking what a contractor is doing on a fortnightly basis, holding regular site meetings, checking their payment applications to make sure that you're never overpaying, and that's in your interest. Should something happen to the builder, you never want to have given money for something that hasn't been realised on site. So that's one element that we can look at. In the past we have done project management of projects and delivered the entire building for clients as well. So we have a good understanding of the whole process, not just from a traditional architect's point of view, but also from actually building your project for you.
Whatever the size of your project, we can provide an answer. LAPD Architects. Design for living.